This is my video for the Phoenix 2-Gun Action Challenge match held June 24th, 2023. This is a in-range TV remote brutality derivative. We're using a mini IPSC target in this case at 25 yards and 5 yards of movement between positions. I'm competing in Tactical Irons Division this time using a 14.7-inch Ballistic Advantage pencil barrel with permanently pinned and welded A2 flash hider. The rear sight is a Midwest Industries. I do have the sights zeroed at 50 yards. As soon as I see my irons line up on the mini IPSC target, I send the shot. The white target behind it is not a no-shoot. It's just contrast so that you can see the mini IPSC target on the target stand. The way remote brutality works when held as part of an actual match is that the shooter gets -5 seconds for every hit made on the target during the 60-second par time. Everyone's raw time is 60 seconds. I know I'm coming down to the wire, so I pushed the speed a little bit in this last position. On my previous remote brutality attempt, I got 14 hits, so this time I get 15. All 15 shots I fired are on the paper. The hits in the white are not mine. I have the most successful hits in Iron Sights Division with 15. You can see I'm clustered with a bunch of other shooters that got 15 hits. The most hits anyone made here was 17. On this stage, you start with 1 round loaded in handgun. If you miss this popper, you have to reload and finish the entire stage with your handgun. Due to some confusion about how the stage description was written, about half my squad ended up reshooting this, including myself. It wasn't clear that once you reloaded your handgun, you needed to re-engage the popper. So fortunately, the match director let us reshoot this stage, and it wasn't a big deal. On this stage, you have 60 seconds to make as many hits as you can while making contact with the various props. You could support off the props, but I'm choosing to shoot standing offhand because committing to the positions would take up more time. The target is a single silhouette out at about 200 yards. Did pretty good from the first couple positions, but I'm going to start missing here a bit more. I have my sling tightened up for support, and I'm kind of pressing into it, but my sling started loosening up on me, reducing the amount of support I had. The only thing worse than a miss is a slow miss. So you'll see I have a rapid cycle of observing my hit downrange and trying to adjust accordingly. As soon as my sights are in a good enough position on the target, I send the shot, and sometimes it works and I get a good first round hit or second round hit on the targets, but other times you'll see that I kind of get into a feedback loop of firing a lot of rounds and then finally making the hit. I will note this barrel isn't free-floated, so perhaps tensioning too hard on the sling could also cause some shift. This stage also had a 60-second par time with -5 seconds per hit on target. I'm first in Irons Division with 8 hits total. You can see that the most hits anyone got on this stage is 11. On this stage, for every 3 hits the shooter gets on that steel target, they get -5 seconds off the 60-second par time. I'm using my iron sight Glock 45. I've recently put the Glock performance trigger in it, and I start to have some problems on the stage with the trigger resetting and freezing up. This pistol is Cerakoted, and I never had a problem with it before with the standard Glock trigger in it or the Overwatch Precision trigger I had in it previously. But what I come to find out after the match is that the Cerakote is dragging against the new trigger bar on the Glock performance trigger. At the end of the video, I'll show how I address that, but second guessing if the gun's going to work or not while I'm shooting and experiencing that weird trigger phenomena isn't conducive to performing my best on this stage. You can see me racking the slide here because the trigger doesn't reset again. Then I have to do a reload. Not going to make the 3 hits before par time. While not great, I still have the best score in Irons Division on this stage with a total of 5 reps completed. This is my run for score on this stage. I've gotten my carry gun, which is a Glock 19 with Glock performance trigger, out of my car to replace the Glock 45 that wasn't working. Because I made the hit that time, I loaded the rifle up, and I will complete the stage with the rifle. In the middle, you might have seen me hesitate, transitioning target to target. With the iron sights, more of my vision's occluded, and that's one of the benefits of using a red dot with both eyes open over using iron sights. This is the only stage with an actual scored time versus time off of par time. I am first in tactical iron and 21st overall. This run is for fun to see how much faster I can be shooting handgun only. Deliberately don't shoot the popper and put one round into paper. Reload on the move to this target cluster. Engage these coming back across. And I only need to put one round in the paper here because I already put one round in it. Reload on the move again so I don't shoot empty. And this run is going to be about 6 seconds faster than my run for score. Also a good opportunity to get some practice in with my carry gun.
2040.
So 6 seconds faster. In the end, I'm first in Tactical Irons Division. Overall, I am 12th out of 52 shooters. After the match, I disassembled my Glock 45 to see what was going on and preventing the trigger from resetting. It was apparent to me that the trigger bar was rubbing against these 3 highlighted points, so I sanded the Cerakote off of those areas, and the trigger was then able to reset successfully consistently. Other than that, I've had no trouble with any of the Glock performance triggers I've put in any of my Gen 5s. I may end up doing an in-depth review at some point in the future. Thank you for watching. If you like this kind of content, please consider supporting me on Patreon. And always remember, the Second Amendment is for everyone.